Well guys, we have managed to make our way to Florida. Let me turn this way. Well, I don't want to show y'all where we're at. Not yet, y'all see it in a second. But we have made our way to Florida. Before I tell y'all who we're with, comment down below who you think it is. The garage should give it away if you watch a lot of fishing YouTube videos, if you watch any bait making videos. But we're gonna go inside and get a little bit of a close-up on some stuff. We're with probably the biggest bait maker on YouTube. Guys, today we're probably with like the biggest bait maker on YouTube, Chris Jones, World's Worst Fishing. So we're gonna have a lot of content coming up, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you stay tuned for the next few videos because we're gonna film a lot of crazy stuff with him. If you've checked out any of his videos, he has some crazy stuff. Let me go inside and just show some of this stuff to y'all. The thing that I thought was the coolest in his garage, we're gonna take him on a tour in a second, but this is the coolest thing. This is a clear mold, a see-through mold. So basically when you inject your color into it, you're gonna be able to see it fill up, and I'm very excited to use this. Yo, what's up guys? Today we have Chris Jones here, aka World's Worst Fishing.
Good day.
Yes sir, good day. And we're gonna get him to take us on a little tour of his bait shop he has here. He has a lot more stuff than I do, so his setup is a lot more legit than I am. I just have one mold and one color, so he knows a lot. He's been doing it for a long time.
I've been a bait geek for about 8 years, and this is honestly all I have to show for my life. So yeah, it's okay if you don't have all this stuff. It's quite an obsession. So I guess we'll just start with the work table. So this is the most important thing, I would say, is to have a good workbench. It needs to have some sort of a nice coating. That way all your colors don't stain it, your plastic doesn't stick to it, etc. So this is like an old work desk that was just converted. And you know, basically this is where all the magic happens. So I would say, actually, you know what, let's bring it over here. This is where all the goodies are. What you're gonna start with in bait making is Plastisol. So here's what Plastisol looks like. This is essentially bait maker's milk. That's how it starts right there, is this milky liquid substance. And what it is it's liquid PVC resin mixed with softeners, or what we call plasticizers. And that's basically like the building blocks of your lures, is you need the actual Plastisol compound. And then you need a mold to put it in, right? So down here we have my mold collection, or most of it, and a lot of molds that we use in lure making. And if you've watched Larry's channel before, you've seen he has aluminum molds as well. This is just one of them. So this is what the inside of a mold looks like. Very, very high precision, CNC machined. You know, the quality of the bait materials that we have now, kind of compared to years past, is just incredible. I mean, you can literally do in your garage the highest level bait making possible. You know, all the materials are available to market, and anything you see on the shelf, you know, you can do it better yourself. This is a really fun shelf right here. These are all my flakes. So for example, here's a ½ pound of just orange glitter, and it gets everywhere. So my wife always knows when I've been making baits all day, because I'm just covered in glitter. So I think I showed this on Norm's channel as well, this hologram flake. That seems to be a big hit. A lot of people like that, including me. Let's see, we have powders as well. So a lot of different types of colorant are in powder form.
So one big question I've always had would be the difference between powders and glitters.
I mean, obviously glitter isn't really a pigment that colors the plastic. Powders are. So when you mix this powder in, it fundamentally adds pigment to the plastic. Whenever you add flake, you're literally just, I think a flake is like putting salt and pepper on your steak. You know, you're seasoning your baits, you're giving them some sparkle. The main colorants that you use are actually in liquid form. So this is my pigment collection, and it's literally just a giant bottle, and sometimes small bottles, but just giant bottles of liquid pigment. I mean, it's essentially arts and crafts for 5th graders all grown up. You know, that's what this stuff essentially is. Every color that can be imagined, we have access to. And you know, then you have specialty pigments and powders. These are all color shift. So like if you look at kind of the way the light changes there, you know, these are all like really expensive high-end pigments. So you can kind of go from your more basic squeeze bottle of pink to, you know, automotive pigments and powders, color changing, chameleon pigments. You know, a lot of that stuff is used in hand pouring. Most of your injection colors that you see on the shelves, like if you go to Walmart and let's say you want to buy some zoom baits, pretty much everything there is using highlight powders, regular powders, and liquid colorants. You're not really going to see any of the more high-end stuff. But, you know, that's essentially what a bait maker uses. Just sort of a lot of it all at once. I need to organize my molds. That looks terrible. I apologize. I should have cleaned up before Larry got here. It's been a long day. Then we can't forget about our injectors. So
this is a really cool part for the channel, guys.
Yeah,
I really like this part.
This is a giant aluminum syringe, and essentially you inject the plastic into the molds. So, for example, just to kind of do a brief little demonstration, which we're going to do the real demonstration too. The plastic comes out of the injector, it enters the opening of the mold, which is called the sprue. The plastic travels down the runner, and then because of the force and the pressure, it fills the cavities. So that's essentially what injection is. And you have different types of injection. You have your basic injection, and then what I would say is your more advanced injection. So, for example, we have this dual injector, which, you guessed it, takes two colors and funnels them into the same mold. That's how you get laminates. So, for example, this bait right here, that's a triple layer laminate. That's used. That's accomplished with the triple injector. That's how you get that effect. So this one literally is a triple injector, and it essentially funnels the plastic through this block, and then they meet in the middle right there, and then that obviously shoots the plastic into the mold. So, you know, just golly, it's never ending, all the options that you have between all the injection systems, the styles of molds, all the different colors, the types of colorants, the types of glitters, the different durometers of plastic. It's never ending. So in a nutshell, that's what we do. All right, everybody. So I hope y'all enjoyed the tour of my nasty garage. I have a few examples here on the table of what I would consider a little bit more advanced bait making, particularly the hand pours. And this is kind of where we're gonna try to take Larry's direction this weekend. We're going to really try to get him familiar with some of these more high-end concepts. For example, this is from that triple injector. And I've actually done, these are actually from one of my videos on my channel. So if you kind of want to see how this is done, just head over to World's Worst Fishing and there's a triple injector video. But we're going to get him to kind of learn some of those techniques. A lot of the challenge is actually the color build. It's not so much the physical pushing of the injector. If you can push a single injector, you can push a double injector. If you can push a double injector, you can push a triple. That's not the hard part. The hard part is building three colors that are going to work well together. And then I have some hand pour examples here. This is what I would consider sort of the most high-end concept in soft plastics, at least. An example of a swim bait that encompasses a lot of different hand pouring techniques. And it's got a gorgeous 3D eye on it. You know, same with this one right here. There's a lot of different techniques that go into something like that. So this is an open pour swim bait. This creates that bait right there. It fits like a glove, right? We're gonna send him home with some molds and plastic that he can play with himself and learn hand pouring. So should be an exciting weekend. This is just video number 1, guys. So we're gonna kick it into high gear and have a lot of stuff.
Alright guys, so I'm really excited for this trip. I'm just here to learn. He's been doing this a lot longer than I have. He knows a lot about it, so I'm here to learn so I can take some stuff back home and incorporate it into the videos I'm going to be doing at home. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what you want to see us make, what you want to see us build, any ideas that you might have, and I'll definitely be checking out the comments and I'll ask Chris about it and we'll see about doing it, trying to figure something out. So I appreciate all the support on the channel. Thank you so much for everything. Fish 'em hard and have a good day.
Subscribe to Larry Melton or you don't catch any fish.